Imagine this. You're working hard, earning money, and suddenly you get hit with a surprise tax bill that makes your jaw drop. It feels like the IRS just came out of nowhere and pulled the rug from under you. Scary, right? What if I told you there's a way to avoid that nightmare? Today, I'm going to break down estimated tax payments in the simplest way possible so you'll never get blindsided again. Number 1. What are estimated tax payments? Think of estimated tax payments as a way of paying your taxes little by little throughout the year instead of all at once in April. It's like paying your electric bill every month instead of being hit with one massive bill at the end of the year. The IRS expects you to pay taxes as you earn money, not just when you file your tax return. Employers usually handle this for employees through paycheck withholding. But if you are self-employed, a freelancer, a side hustler, or even someone earning rental or investment income, you have to handle it yourself by making estimated tax payments. Example: let's say you are a freelance graphic designer and earn $2,000 a month. Nobody is withholding taxes for you. If you wait until April, you could owe thousands at once. Estimated payments let you chip away at it every quarter so it never piles up. Number 2. Who needs to make estimated tax payments? If you're an employee and your boss takes enough tax out of every paycheck, you might not need to worry about this. But here's the catch. If you earn money outside your job, think side gigs, tips, rental income, stock dividends, or even retirement withdrawals, you may need to pay estimated taxes. The IRS rule of thumb is this. If you expect to owe at least $1,000 in taxes for the year after subtracting your withholding and credits, you should be making estimated tax payments. Example: you drive for a rideshare company on weekends and make an extra $5,000 for the year. Since no taxes are taken out, that income could easily push you into the zone where estimated payments are required. Number 3. When do you pay estimated taxes? Here's where most beginners trip up. The IRS doesn't want one payment at the end of the year. They want 4 payments, spaced out. The deadlines are usually in April, June, September, and January of the following year. That covers income you earned in the earlier months. Example: income from January through March is covered by the April deadline. Income from April through May is covered by the June deadline. It feels odd because the dates don't line up perfectly with quarters, but that's just how the IRS set it. Miss a deadline, and you could get hit with penalties, even if you pay the right amount later. Number 4. How to calculate estimated tax payments. This is where many people freeze up, thinking it's too complicated. But here's a simple approach. Step 1. Estimate how much you expect to make this year. If you are a freelancer who thinks you'll earn $40,000, start with that. Step 2. Figure out how much tax you'll owe. That includes federal income tax plus self-employment tax if you are working for yourself. Self-employment tax covers Social Security and Medicare, and it's about 15%. Step 3. Divide the total by 4. That gives you the amount for each quarterly payment. Example: let's say your estimated tax for the year is $8,000. Divide that by 4, and you'll pay $2,000 each quarter. And here's a little secret. If you overpay, you'll get a refund. If you underpay, you may owe more later. But making those quarterly payments keeps you safe from penalties. Number 5. How to actually make the payments. You don't have to mail cash in an envelope like it's the 1800s. The IRS has an electronic system called IRS Direct Pay where you can pay straight from your bank account. There's also the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, or EFTPS, which is free and secure. Some people also use credit cards or debit cards, though those may include a small fee. Example: a self-employed writer logs into IRS Direct Pay on June 15th, selects estimated tax, types in the amount, and boom, payment done in minutes. Number 6. What happens if you don't pay? This is the part most people don't realize until it's too late. If you don't make estimated payments and you owe more than $1,000 at tax time, the IRS can charge penalties and interest. It doesn't matter if you pay the full amount by April. If you didn't pay it in installments during the year, you can still get penalized. Example: imagine owing $6,000 in April. Even if you pay it right away, the IRS might slap you with a few $100s in penalties because you didn't pay along the way. Number 7. The safe harbor rule. This is like a shield you can use to protect yourself. The IRS says that if you pay at least 90% of what you owe for the current year or 100% of what you owed last year, you won't face penalties. If your income is higher than $150,000, the rule bumps up to 110% of last year's tax. Example: last year, you paid $7,000 in total tax. Even if you earn more this year, as long as you pay at least $7,000 in estimated payments this year, you'll avoid penalties. Number 8. Tips for making estimated taxes easier. Estimated taxes can feel overwhelming, but a few tricks make them manageable. 1. Set aside a percentage of each payment you receive. Many self-employed people stash 25 to 30% in a separate bank account just for taxes. 2. Use tax software. Many programs can calculate estimated taxes for you and even remind you of deadlines. 3. If you also have a regular job, you can adjust your W-4 form and increase withholding so that it covers your side income. That way, you might avoid separate estimated payments altogether. Example: a teacher who also tutors on the side increases her withholding at work. That extra withholding covers her tutoring income, so she doesn't need to send quarterly payments. Number 9. Common mistakes beginners make. Mistake 1. Forgetting the deadlines. The IRS isn't forgiving if you pay late. Mistake 2. Underestimating your income. If your business grows faster than expected, your tax bill grows too. Mistake 3. Ignoring self-employment tax. Many beginners think they just owe income tax, but self-employment tax can be a big chunk. Example: a new photographer earns $20,000 in her first year. She thought she only had to pay income tax, but once self-employment tax is added, her actual bill nearly doubles. Number 10. Why estimated taxes matter for your financial future. Paying estimated taxes isn't just about staying out of trouble. It's about peace of mind. Instead of living in fear of April, you're in control. You spread the burden out, avoid penalties, and keep your finances steady. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Do it a little at a time, consistently, and you avoid painful, expensive problems later. And here's the best part. Once you master estimated taxes, you unlock more confidence to grow your side hustle, start a business, or invest, knowing you won't be surprised by taxes. Number 11. Estimated taxes for gig workers and side hustlers. The rise of gig apps like food delivery, ride-sharing, and online freelancing has made estimated taxes even more important. These companies don't withhold taxes for you, so it's entirely your responsibility to set money aside. Example: if you drive for rideshare and make $100 on a Saturday, you should immediately put $25 to $30 into a separate tax savings account. That way, when the quarterly deadline arrives, you're ready. Number 12. Estimated taxes for retirees and investors. Many retirees and investors forget that estimated taxes apply to them too. Social Security may not be taxable on its own, but retirement withdrawals, pensions, or investment income like dividends and capital gains can push you into owing taxes. Example: a retiree withdraws $20,000 from an IRA. Since no withholding was set up, estimated payments may be necessary to avoid an April penalty. Number 13. Seasonal income and uneven payments. Not everyone earns money evenly across the year. Farmers, seasonal workers, and even wedding photographers often earn most of their money in certain months. The IRS allows you to use an annualized income method, which means you pay more in quarters where you earn more and less when you earn less. Example: a landscaper earns most of his money in summer. Instead of overpaying in spring, he adjusts his estimated tax payments to match when the income actually arrives. Number 14. State estimated tax payments matter too. Federal estimated taxes aren't the whole story. Most states that have an income tax also require estimated tax payments. The rules and deadlines often mirror the federal system, but not always. Example: a freelancer in California has to pay both federal estimated taxes and separate state estimated taxes, doubling the importance of planning ahead. Number 15. Estimated taxes and unexpected windfalls. What happens if you suddenly earn a large amount mid-year, like selling stock, getting a big freelance contract, or cashing out on crypto? If the income isn't covered by withholding, You may need to adjust your estimated payments right away to avoid underpayment penalties. Example: someone sells stock in July and makes a $15,000 gain. If they don't update their September estimated payment, they may owe extra in April with penalties. Number 16. Using refunds as a cushion. If you consistently overpay estimated taxes, you'll end up with a refund. While many see refunds as free money, it's really your own money coming back without interest. Still, some beginners intentionally overpay slightly, treating it as a forced savings account so they have no risk of penalties. Example: a freelance artist intentionally pays an extra $200 each quarter, ensuring a small refund every April instead of a surprise bill. Number 17. Tools and apps that can help you stay on track. Managing estimated taxes doesn't have to mean juggling spreadsheets and sticky notes. Apps like QuickBooks Self-Employed, Keeper, or even specialized tax calculators can automatically track income and suggest how much you should pay each quarter. Example: a rideshare driver links his bank account to a tax app. Every time he earns income, the app sets aside a percentage for taxes and shows him exactly what to pay by each deadline. Number 18. Estimated taxes and business structures. How you set up your business changes how estimated taxes work. A sole proprietor or single-member LLC pays estimated taxes directly. But if you form an S corporation, you may shift from paying self-employment tax on everything to paying yourself a salary with withholding, plus distributions that avoid self-employment tax. Example: a consultant earning $100,000 switches from a sole proprietorship to an S corporation. This reduces how much self-employment tax he pays, changing how he handles estimated tax payments. Imagine this. Next April comes around. Instead of panic, you're calm. You already paid most of your taxes. No surprises. No stress. That's the power of understanding estimated tax payments. So now the big question. Have you ever been surprised by a tax bill you weren't expecting? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it.